Okay, so hopefully not too many of you noticed that little blunder. But I actually just looked at the chat and I see Jeffrey caught it for me. Thank you, Jeffrey. I did have a members only live stream Tuesday, and I forgot to reset my audience to public. So it was set on members only, but hopefully it didn't interrupt too much. So guess what we are at right now? You guys ready for this? Live stream number, boom. Took me a long time to make this sign, maybe 4-5 seconds. Thanks for coming, everybody. Live stream number 80. It feels great to be back. Mike, you're first. You're first for the members only firstesses. You may not, we'll call you first, but you may not have been first had I had the settings correct. Let's see. Matthew's here. Hello, my friend. And then, yep, there's Lyle. Lyle. Yeah, I know members only. So I did do a live stream Tuesday. Let me explain something to you people that are not members. You people. We had a lot of fun last Tuesday. In fact, here's how much fun we had. We forgot, or at least I did, maybe they didn't. I forgot how long the stream had been going. 2.5 hour live stream, members only, last Tuesday. We just talked about everything. It was so much fun. And you know, of the 21 members, I think 11 or 12 people showed up. So when you're asking 21 people to be at a specific place at a specific time, and they're all over the entire earth, I'll take what, 11 or 12 people was fantastic. Some people were working and whatnot. So we had a lot of fun. So I'm really excited to be back. I had a really good, that's a lot of reallys, a really good trip with my family. We went to Indiana to visit my family. Didn't get to live stream for a couple weeks. Did post a couple of videos. I hope you guys liked them. I hope you liked the one. It was fun. It was fun to do. It was this. You guys remember this? I had higher hopes for the Plus X, but I'm not overly familiar with this Plus X 7206 that expired in 1990. This was the found film, the one that I did with the dog. I hope everybody got a chance to see that. A couple of fun things going on today to kick it back into live stream, esque sort of life. God, I can't edit, so if I forget what I'm trying to say, it's just you guys are going to see it. And I forget a lot of things. Jeffrey, thank you. Yes, I had to reset it so everyone could see it. It's funny, and you know how I knew it was off? Because sometimes I will actually just set it really quick. I'll go live, and then I'll go and finish a couple things. That's why I'm always late. But as soon as I did it, I noticed that I couldn't chat in my OBS software because I don't think I'm actually logged in properly, and I never fixed that. So as soon as I noticed that, I'm like, oh no, what happened? And then I realized, go back to the settings and switch it to public. Hey, Radios, I miss you too, buddy. That's better. There's Angus. Greetings and salutations. Sadly, I wasn't able to take a 620 photo of my birthday cake. No! Daygummit. Hey, Lyndon's here. How are you? Radios 35 millimeter, yeah, but not 620. At least you got a photo on film. That's the important thing. 74 degrees Fahrenheit and a teeny bit of clouds in Ellicott City, Maryland. It is currently raining here. Thunderstorms and 78 degrees Fahrenheit. We are at a full-on F8 to F11 alert. Hey, Eric's here. Hey, buddy. We have some really cool films that we're going to see here in just a couple minutes. Well, maybe more than a couple minutes. We'll let some people pile in first. Get back. We got to stretch out. We got to get back into this whole live stream thing. You guys know I love this mug. My wife got this for me a while back because I do consider myself the dad joke pro. And I bought an accompaniment to the mug that I think you guys will thoroughly enjoy. They're really bad. So we're going to dig one out before we close today. Phooey! My birthday was terrible. The weather ruined it. Well, hopefully you did some indoor fun activities like pin the tail on the donkey or bobbing for apples or something. You know, all the things that us grown-ups do at our birthday parties. Oh, yeah. Hey, Mike, mic volume up a little, please. I can do that. Let me see here. Is that any better? I did it one more level. I always get this a little. I got to tell you guys, I need to do a whole bunch of tests for this microphone because it's just something wonky about it. But I will be doing some tests and whatnot and trying to figure out this. Somebody was giving me a hard time about my audio on one of my videos, recent videos, and I honestly kind of agree that it was wonky. I do record in mono, so it shouldn't affect the left and right balance per se. But they were saying they could only hear it on one channel. I don't know. It was on both channels for me, but I probably messed something up. I don't know. I'm not an audio guy. I have bad hearing anyway. Week has been a rough one. Everyone came down with a stomach bug. We tested no COVID. Oh, thank goodness. But we are eating half. Yeah. I had a little bit of a sore throat yesterday, but you know, where you give a good swallow and it hurts. But it feels better today. I don't know why. Is that any better, Angus? The volume, the mic volume. Hope you're getting well, Jeffrey, and my well wishes to everyone. Oh, you are doing better. Good. 3 minutes late, Bonnie. Why do I feel like you weren't here last week, Bonnie? Or maybe you were. Not last week. 3 weeks ago. Maybe you were. I think you were. There's Barry. Hey, Barry. Barry was there at the members only. I think he was driving, so he was members only listening. Just got back from Flanagan. Sorry I'm late. Is that barbecue place I see you post about? That looks really good. If I ever make it down south down there, I'm going to go in. Super Cindy 100. Hello. Jeffrey Feingold is here. We have some lovely, lovely 120 film photos from Jeffrey Feingold this afternoon or evening or more for an evening. Just come back from the theater for you. Hope you are grateful. Don't ever do that for me. Hey, IOM is here. Yes, I am grateful. Thank you, Jeffrey. IOM, how are you, bud? I think, girl, boy, I don't know. I'm so sorry. When it's screen names, it's so hard, so I just say, hi there. I think you are a male. I think we've discussed this before. Bought a roll of 100-foot, 16mm Orwo NC400 last week. Let me know how that shoots for you, Bonnie. I've heard kind of bad things about it, but maybe it's great. I don't know. That's the color, right? Color negative. I've seen a couple videos on that, and people weren't really digging it too much. I know it's very grainy as far as I know. I got a camera from Skip of AV Geeks, Geek 16mm films. I even got a cart of Kodachrome 25 16mm with an expiration date of 4/1990. That's about the cutoff. That's not bad, radios. That's about the cutoff for where, Kodachrome, maybe even a little, that might be a little early, but if you shoot it 3 or 4 stops over, you may have some decent luck with that. Hey, Jack, how are you, bud? Katie is here. Hi, Katie. Donald Phillips, how are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. Bought an Alan Gordon Filmo 70DR, thanks to you. Is that now, are you upset that I made you buy one because of my video, or are you happy that you saw the video and then you ended up with one? I guess I'll take either, but yes, my pleasure, Donald. They're fantastic cameras. Very little can go wrong with those things. You look at the internals of those, the metal gears, all the pieces. I don't know that all the gears are metal in there. They may not be, but man, those things are built well. Best of luck with that thing. Heavy, but beautiful. I've had a lot of good luck with mine. There was a blizzard that knocked over many power lines, and I wasn't able to do anything. You couldn't. Did you guys lose your power, I'm assuming? Ron Popeil, set it and forget the Ronco live stream. Bye, Ronco. Woo! The Pocket Filmboy24. Oh, man. Bitter. That's bitter, yeah. I hope the Angus, is the volume okay for you guys? I got more 620 photos for you. I don't know how it'll come out due to my operator error loading it. Did he sell the Vegamatic? The Vegamatic. The Vegamatic. I have one of those where you twist the like zucchini in and it comes out on the other end. It's like spaghetti. I think it's called Veggetti or something like that. I actually liked it. My wife and I used to eat that every now and then until it's gross. We'll be back to pick you up later, and that ad was a classic. We'll be back to pick you up later. Okay, Gorilla is here. Hello, buddy. My two favorite barbecue spots: Mission Barbecue for brisket, Flanagan's for meat, popsicles. I think it was Mission that I've seen you post a lot of, and it looks really good. So if I ever make it down there, you and I are meeting up at Mission Barbecue. Refresh, please. Which old Kodak 620 are you using, radios? I mainly get the Orwell roll since it develops in normal C41 instead of ECN2, since it's missing the rimjet layer. I know that is a really good thing about that film. Really good thing. I won't tell you that I talked to people at Kodak not, a year ago, and they were considering testing no rimjet vision stock. I did not say that. I mainly got the Orwell roll. I read that already. How much do you charge for 620 35mm stills? $1 million each. I don't know. Email me, radios. Honestly, I don't do enough of them to remember. Not a lot. I don't remember. $12 a roll, I think. And because it's cheaper, you may be better off getting that developed locally. There's so many labs that do 35mm and 620. And because it's cheaper than any other Kodak 16mm film here in Europe, I kind of wish it was easier to get here. Need to pop out for 5 minutes at 2:20 p.m. for a Girl Scout cookie delivery. My daughter used to be in Girl Scouts, my oldest. And I had to do that a lot, pop out for Girl Scout deliveries. Good Easternoon, Mr. Sprocket. Happy for the 70DR new old stock. Wow, you got a new old stock one too? That's even better. No dents and dings and war wounds on it. That's pretty freaking awesome. I use that Tri-X expired 12/1975. Hey, Travis is here. Hey, bud. Filmo70DR is great. Yes, it is. I got mine in the cabinet back there. I use the widest setting for the Kodachrome. Oh, no, for the old Tri-X. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. Rumors have it that Pentax might not make film cameras. The designer of the 17 left, but then they said they'll be continuing, so it's up in the air right now. I hope somebody picks up and starts making more film cameras. I'd like to have that Pentax. I really would. They're a little costly. Pentax. Did I say Pentax? Sounds like a writing utensil. Good brand, but a good writing utensil. I am now the proud owner of a Krasnogorsk 3. Congratulations. I had terrible luck with mine last week, or the week before last. Felt like throwing it into the river. They can be so finicky, but when they work right, they're beautiful. Let me know if you'd like some other oddball, simple Kodak 620 cameras I could send you. I like oddball cameras. The only thing right now with me is I have so much stuff and nowhere to put it that I'm holding off for right now. Oh, thanks, Mike. It sounds okay. Good. Better volume now. All right, we're on. Just so I have a stamp, we are on level 3. Level 3. You guys see my little wonky setup. Can you see it? My little wonky setup over here is crazy. So I got stuff taped to the table and wires, and I hardwire now so we don't lose connection, hopefully. Lyle, loved. It slices, it dices, makes thousands of julienne fries. Oh, I miss those commercials. Oh, man. Ugh. Lest we forget, hit the like button. Hit that like button, everybody. I appreciate that, Mike. We have some fun films coming up. Let me tell you what we got coming. We have, you guys know this well. Let me show you. You guys know these, right? We've been kind of working our way through this little stack of films. Remember these? They came with a whole bunch more. Previously processed film, right? So we did the Disneys. Remember the 3 Disney films that we did for 3 weeks? And then live, right here on our live stream, there were 4 rolls of film that were sent to this family that they never opened. Last time we were here live, we watched this one. The week before we opened it, right before we ended the live stream, we opened it on camera. It had never been opened. And then we watched it. Remember the Eiffel Tower, they were in Paris and whatnot. But 3 weeks ago on our last live stream, we opened one of the others. Remember that? We opened it live. This has never been opened since it was sent to Kodak for processing in 1971. But we opened it on camera. That's slang for camera. And I said I would have it scanned, and we're going to see what this family missed out on and never got to enjoy for the film that they shot that they never ever opened. So we're going to watch that today. Kind of fun. It's interesting. And then before the stream ends, we have 2 left that were never opened by the Brewer family of Indiana. And we're going to open one of these, and then next week we'll see that one, and then we'll be down to the last one. And I don't know if we're going to open the last one yet. I don't know. Lest we forget, hit the like. And best, I got the K for $160, untested, but it's like the Bell and Howell. There's not a lot that can go wrong with those K3s mechanically. Now they do like to jump around in the gate a lot, and I had so much trouble with mine. Great, yeah, it is a great deal. Whew. Camera Cinekodak magazine from the circa 1940. Cinekodak magazines, yeah, those came out in the 50s, I believe. I have one. Well, I guess it depends on the model. They actually came out a lot earlier than that. You're right. My Royal came out in the 50s, but I think the 30s, I think they came out. It's awesome. In the market for one myself. Yeah, Matthew, you and I talked about that a little bit. You got to let me know if you pick one of those up, because you're looking at some really groovy ones. Just a body sprocket? Hey, Russell's here. Hey, buddy. And there's Manny. How are you, my friend? I'm receiving Girl Scout cookies to feed my addiction. Favorite Girl Scout cookie? I have my favorite. We didn't get any this year. I'm trying to behave, but I have my favorite. I don't know what they're called, different things in different regions of the United States. Your notepad looks like a full agenda. There's a lot on here, Dave. How are you, buddy? We're going to get through it, I hope. I only have an IMO and a Filmo motor. I love those IMOs. 35 millimeter. Whoa, getting away from me. Dave, you see I took your advice and I quit using my laptop and everything, and I'm not looking off camera to answer all this stuff and all these things and whatnot. I'm not one for change. I'm so bad at change. Hey, Barry. Congrats, Sprocket. I'm going to be more steady with the MCK footage. Yes, be steady. I processed my 120 mic. I've been real busy at work and haven't had a chance to scan yet, but it's on the way. Thank you, Russell. Speaking of the 120 films, the only ones that I do not have currently, Entity. I haven't actually seen Entity on here in a while. Entity, Rich M, and Russell, but I know Russell is working on his right now. We do have 2 fantastic little presentations of medium format film for today. We have Jeffrey Feingold, and yes, Mike, I have yours completed. They're finite and done and ready to go. You do have a light leak in your camera, but that's okay. They still came out pretty well. Bonnie says, I've considered getting a K3 converting it to Ultra 16 and using an anamorphic lens just to test how it works. If you do that, you please let me know. I'll keep mine original. Call me crazy, but that's how I roll. I mean, I have a K3 that's regular 16, and I have a K3 that I personally converted to Super 16 with the new gate and the new lens recentering. And my regular 16 K3 works really well. My Super 16 one, what's the one that kind of gives me trouble. Now, neither one of them have their loop formers. I took them out of my Super 16. My regular 16 K3 already had them removed, but it works great. It's kind of hit and miss with my other one. Funny that I don't know. I like regular 16, and there's a lot to be said about keeping that format. Lomography Company have bought out a tank for 35 millimeter that you can wind the film on, or wind the film out of the cartridge into developing tank, not in a dark room, then add chemicals and agitate in the tank. And then I know that Kodak had one of those. You're talking about 35 millimeter still film, right? The daylight processing tanks, like you can do everything in the daylight. I think I know what I've seen some like that. I've not seen one for movie film that's in the daylight, but I have seen, yeah, that you put the little cartridge in and it winds it down into the chemicals, which is really a great idea. Never touched by a projector. Yes, never been. Just got an email from Disney. They want to pull Snow White 2025 and put your Disney found footage. Yeah, I knew mine would come into play at some point. I don't think that new Disney movie's doing very well. Sprocket, good for you. I'm keeping one myself, K3. Keeping one for myself, K3's original 4x3, but loop formers had to get brittle, weak, well, and I also think that string, if you don't know, the loop formers on a K3 are plastic. They start out like that, and you form your loops, and then when you close it, when you close the top, they spring back down. And like Mike was saying, there's like a piece of, like string. It's hard to even try to say what it's like half the thickness of a shoestring that is on the back plate of those K3s. That's what pulls the springs. I don't know. It's really wonky. But I got rid of all that stuff on the back of mine. And I'm glad I did. 12 boxes of dosey-dose. Okay. I like the peanut butter ones, but they're covered in chocolate. I do like the ones that are little peanut butter sandwiches with the little cookie. Look like Oreo, but they're brown with the peanut butter in the middle. But my favorite are the chocolate with the peanut butter in the middle. I can't remember what they're called. Doesn't even matter. They're that good. The mint ones, that's what my wife and kids like. Thin mints. Superior. I don't like mint cookies. Or mint ice cream, or really mint anything unless it's just a mint. Yes, Lyle, I'm with you. I can't stand the mint ones. And then you, Jack, you like the mint ones, just like the rest of my family here. They are the most popular. Fun fact, I wrote the Swedish Wikipedia articles for the K3, H16, 514XL, Ika Kanamo, and Matt Pat. Wow, congrats, Bonnie. Job well done. Can I get another square lens piece for my MCK? I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. Square lens piece. I don't know. That's all just broke. I don't know what piece you're talking about, radios. Viewfinder. I'm sure you can. Maybe you just get it. Sometimes it's cheaper just to pick up a non-working camera. Oh, hey, Rich. This week, I promise I finally found my local post office. Walking a lot, shooting that film, lost 25 pounds. Good job. Good for you, Rich. Yeah, light leak probably because of the film back I use. It was one I haven't replaced the seals on. Here's the thing, Mike. There is some very noticeable light leaks in a lot of the photos. But the photos still look great, by the way. and it's not as noticeable in some of them. Mike has 22 photos, by the way. He used 220 film. So they're really fun. And I have my favorite. I have a 35 millimeter still film tank, great for E6 processing. Yahoo! 35 millimeter still film tank. I have the Patterson tanks. That's good for. I have like a bunch. I have like 6 of them, but I use my 2 reel a lot, so it'll do 2 35s or 1 medium format, and then I have a 3 reel and a 5 reel. That's 35 millimeter reels. And I use the 5 reel sometimes because you can also do up to, I believe, 3 medium formats at once. But I like to develop 5 35 millimeters at a time. Hey, there's Ben. How are you, bud? Hey, Mike and everyone. I got back from the Small Film Days Festival in Dresden. Unbelievable stuff being done with film there. Got to meet the creme of German Super 8ers. 10 out of 10 would recommend. And you know what? I wish I was there because I would have been right alongside you, Ben. Congrats on being able to go. It sounds like a lot of fun. And thanks for being here. I wish we could do a proper Snow White movie in Super 8 and it would beat Disney's 2024. Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? Let's do a live action Super 8 Snow White. Woohoo! Peanut butter. Yeah, I'm with you, Gorilla. Also, I'll send you an 8mm and 16mm Kodak cartridge found film. Yes! Thank you, Rich. Great to see you, Ben. Congrats on the article. Yeah, congrats on that article, Ben. That's pretty awesome. Super 8. Ben was in the magazine. He wrote an article on home developing, as far as I know. I'd like to read it. Ben, remind us the name of the magazine again. Super 8 something. Analog Photo, Shutter Lab. Hello. Great to see you, Ben. And also just remembered that I have bought 15 DVDs since the last live stream. I love buying DVDs. I've probably gotten that many. Probably got that wrong. My Swedish is very rusty. You guys, I can't even try to read that because I will butcher that beautiful language. I kind of like my Hughes reels and steel tanks for 35-120. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of people prefer those steel reels, those stainless. I just never really had that much luck loading them. But they're nice and smooth. I've used them a couple times. Develop stuff. Get to it, Mike. Oh, that's good for you, Ben. Write another one. Bro, the Swedish alphabet is the same as English, but with the A, O, U, and the U. Hey, how are you, Dom? There's Don Grimard. How are you, buddy? I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. Is it Grimard? Good to see you here. Most definitely, peanut butter sandwich cookies are the best. So I want to get through a couple of things. I talked about this, and I'm not going to talk about everything I talked about on my members only live stream because that's for my members only. But one thing that's super fun, when I got back, when I was in Indiana for my little 10-day excursion with my family, we did some thrift store shopping, which we like to do. Super 8 magazine out of Berlin. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Ben. I bought a brand new camera that I'm super excited about. My members have already seen it. I'm going to show you. It is amazing, amazing Super 8 camera. You guys ready for this? Bada bada boom, the Bentley. So it was sitting on a shelf in a thrift store, and my stepdad was there, and he saw it. He goes, "Hey, is this any good?" Because they always look out for cameras for me. It did not have a battery cover on it. It was just sitting loosely on a shelf. And I said, "Oh, it's a Bentley." Yes. If they want to give it away or if they want to pay me to take it, I would be happy to. So the button was stuck right here. It would not push the shutter release button. It was just rock solid. So I took it to the counter, and my wife happened to find the battery cover, and it was off of it because it's broken. Still kind of covers, but the batteries don't seat in there properly for some reason. It's just a terrible form. So the guy tried it with batteries. We couldn't get it to work. And he says, "Well, would you give me $2 for it?" And I said, "Sure, I'll give you $2. Brought it home, took 3 screws out of this front plate. And then I just saw that this button was just misaligned. It's just real simple inside there. Moved it over, boom, works. You guys ready? It's super quiet. I definitely think you could shoot sync work with this, or indoor, sound. It's so quiet. And I love this handle design. Check this out. Look at that. And you lock it forward. I mean, lock it forward. So check this out. Just like the Aeroflex. Boom. Thumb grip. Middle finger. Boom. Look at this. You ready? You won't even be able to hear it. Definitely for sound work. It's a French-Canadian name. Your pronunciation. Oh, awesome, Grimard. Thank you, Dom. Kodak M4. No, way better than the M4. Not the B3. Somebody said leaf blower. I think we had blender. I think it was Jeffrey. Maybe he said, did you say food processor last time? Today is 61-year anniversary of Jeopardy. Who was the guy? Ken Jennings. Somebody Jennings that won the most. Jeopardy. What is Jeopardy? So I did get this. Look out for this. Look out. Be on the lookout. There will be a video, a complete breakdown of this camera, this $2 joyful found camera. Oh, it's so fun to be back. I can't believe this. We're already a half hour in and we haven't really done anything yet. Mine is dead. Well, take it apart. They're so cheap on eBay. You were right. I didn't hear anything except the complete breakdown is right. I got to keep it running long enough to do a video. There has to be one in there somewhere. Look at that. I did get my instruction manual. Remember I showed you guys before I left this new camera that I bought. I don't have it over here, but I showed it on my last live stream. The MovieCon, the Zeiss Icon MovieCon 16 millimeter. Beautiful, beautiful camera. I'm super excited to try it, but it has so many little doodads and gadgets that even I, who have lots of cameras with doodads and gadgets, couldn't really figure it out. So I spent way more than I wanted to because I could not find a manual for the life of me anywhere online. And this company here, I think they're out of, I want to say Germany, maybe. Had one, and they're victimizing people by charging them $29 for a tiny little manual. But that's okay. I bought one anyway, and it gives it's not a bad, probably could have been photocopied a little better. I don't know. It could have cleaned it up. I think they copied it as image files instead of document files. But anyway, so it has the information that I was hoping for. And I really want to learn how to use this camera. Luckily, that's coming soonish. I did not shoot with the Bentley, not yet. I just got it home. Another viewer who doesn't really comment, or I have a lot of viewers who will just email me and we have a email rapport. He's in Kansas, and we won't use his name because he doesn't come on here publicly, but he says, Mike, I go into an indoor flea market and I found these films. Do you want them? I ended up giving him $25, and that was for the cost of the films and the shipping from Kansas all the way here to Florida. And he got these for me. I mean, he has no idea what's on them, and neither do I. But it was very nice of him to offer. 200-foot reels. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess I could have just looked right there. 12 reels right there. 12 200-foot reels, and every one of them is full. And some of them are labeled. That one's mostly full. That's probably got 7. No, wait. So that would have 3. That's probably 3 50-foot roll. Man, that might be 200 feet. So they're all full. These are all regular 8. So they're going to be pre-1965, more than likely. pre-1965. Just because the regular 8 doesn't mean, you know, that they didn't shoot that when Super 8 came out. But there's like, you know, they do have labels on them. Last of Eris, Carlsbad, maybe Carlsbad, Texas, Fishing, Kansas, Center for something. These will be fun to go through. Fall of 55, Colorado and Royal Gorge. Fall of 55. I forgot that, yeah, some of them have dates on them. These will be really fun to go through. We will be showing these on our live streams. Yeah, you're right, Radio. So, yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean that it was shot after or before Super 8 came out. But this is in 54. Canyon, Coyote, Cotton Gin, Pickers, Christmas, 1954, and then something April of 55. So there's a lot of different stuff in here. This one's got a lot of things. Hermoselle Court, Rodeo, Scottsdale Parade, Phoenix, Stockholm, Cathedral, Herm something, and then I don't know, Mexico. It'll be fun. Those will be a lot of fun to go through. So thank you. We'll call him Mr. M, RM. Try to get that closed. I don't think I did. No, I did not. It's a neat, it's got like a, it's really cool. It's got a little door on the front. There we go. Yeah. Fancy that. So there's that. Hey, there's Jim from Greece. How are you, buddy? Hi to all from the other side. 8mm cameras up to the 60s with sculptures. 70s and late, we have the plastic era. Yeah, I know. They got cheaper and cheaper. I know, I like that box. I have a couple of those. I got some different ones, some other ones I bought on eBay with unknown content. Come to find out, there was some content on there. Can't show it on here. I won't tell you what it is. I'll just give you some, I'll hum a little bit. Anyway, it's like the opening of the Ark of the Covenant. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. Oh, man. I got a few, wait, I missed it. I got a few regular 8 afters. Yeah, I know, me too. I got a Zenith. Oh, you always got something cool coming. Gorilla says, I started with 8mm back in the early 70s. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Anthony's here. How are you, buddy? Royal George is beautiful on the Arkansas River near Canyon City. Would love to see the film. Well, I'm hoping to get through them at some point. I'm a little backed up right now with customer films. I have a lot of people that send me films to develop and process. Mostly, you know, they find them in the attic. Grandma left them or something. So I have quite a backlog right now, but as soon as I can get around to that, that's coming. Had a few cases of 8mm family movies my dad shot in the late 50s and 60s, but got lost somewhere. No! That's awful. Technicolor Super 8 Mark X is a fantastic looking camera. I think I've seen that one, Jeffrey. It's hard to picture it without, you know, just out of memory, but I've seen some of those Technicolor cameras and they are really cool looking. Katie, hey, Radios, did you see, who is that? Shango66 live stream with Ralph last night. He also has his transoceanic. Yeah, Radios, that's for you. Yes, I commented. Awesome. Looks like a ray gun. Oh, I know the one. Yeah, I want to get one of those, Jeffrey. By the way, any tips on getting rid of fungus and ingenue zoom lenses? Yeah, there's a technique. There's a technique that uses lighter fluid and isopropyl alcohol, Bonnie. But I think lighter fluid kills it, and the isopropyl will get it off of there. But you do have to make sure they are completely dry. Now, I don't know which order, and don't quote me on that, but I have seen videos where people have done that. So I've seen that. I've seen people use lighter fluid. I don't know if I've ever tried that or not. She had the Philco Ralph radio. Angus McNaughton. Mike might have them right there. What am I missing? Kids or family moves. Oh, yeah, they're right here. They're not missing anymore. Gorilla. Woo. All right, guys. So here's the thing. I did get. Oh, this is kind of cool. I want to show you guys. Took my daughter, Piper. Well, the whole everybody went, and her friend. We took them to a store we have here in the States. I don't know how broad it is. It's called Five Below, and everything is typically $5 and below, except for the things that aren't, that are a lot more expensive than $5. But I found this, or naphtha. That's right, Barry. Heard that ultraviolet light for several hours will get rid of it. Yes, I've heard that as well, Eric. I bought this. It was $5. I have a light box that you plug in, and it's got nice fluorescent white, bright white lights that I use, but it's always covered with stuff. So I wanted to see if this. I hopefully you guys are gonna be able to see. I'm gonna show it to you. I've got most of my great grandfather's family films from the 50s. I'm trying to get the last few reels from a relative, which has a video my grandfather he recorded in the Navy in the early 1960s. Wow, WPS, that's awesome. You got to get those memories onto a digital format so they last a long time. There's one next to the store I worked at. Little boy is not. I'm just going to say that the kids in there are you, Angus. Teenage store. UV wires, if I can disassemble the limbs. Yeah, if you can't disassemble it, try UV. So you guys got to see this. I have taken it out already. It takes 2 AA batteries. The biggest thing for me is sometimes I'll do my film work in there or in there or in there. And taking that light box and unplugging it and moving it and plugging it in and find the outlet and move something away from the wall to plug it in. So I got this hoping that it would be something that would work. $5. It takes 2 AA size batteries. And that, I don't know, is about, what is that, about 10 inches? Probably 10 inches by 8, maybe 8 by 10. Yeah, that's about 8 by 10. It's a tracing box. It's for mainly for, you put, a picture on there, and then you put tracing paper on it, and you can color, or whatever. So I got it for what I thought might be kind of fun, is for film, like slides or film negatives, just to see what you're working with. And I just happen to have Flying O, his 220 negatives right there. I'm just going to show you because I'm not going to touch them with my bare hands. We don't do that. I'll put these little handy, you guys have all seen these, the handy dandy fingertip gloves, the ones that never go down to the bottom. Look like Sammy Terry. If you're from Indiana, you know that. Sammy Terry. Google him. So let's try something really quick. Mike, these are your negatives. We're going to pull one. And we're going to see. There. You can see the frames, but you can't really see them. So let's see if this $5 light box gives us a better. Whoa. It's going to be hard for you guys to see. Look at that. Well, I'll show you the difference because I'll turn it off. It's definitely going to be worth $5 for me. Definitely worth $5. And Mike, I can send these negatives back to you. I plan on it unless you don't want them. But I do plan on sending these back to you if you want them. It does not matter to me at all. If you don't want them, let me know and I won't send them. If you do, maybe you want to see them first, and we're going to show your pictures here in just a second. Yes, I'll send them to you. They have not been touched by human hands without gloves. They are a little curled, but that happens. So anyway, I thought that was a neat little $5 investment. $5 for a and I won't always be. You know what? I'm not even going to put it in the plastic for $5. I'll just get another one. Get another one. No, I won't. I don't throw money away. I don't know if it's LED. Maybe it'll say on here. It seems like it. One light box, instruction manual, power, light, create. I don't know. That's it. It says kind of a no brand. There's no brand to it. Maybe you could scan the barcode if you freeze frame there or something. I don't know. Can you see the barcode? I don't know if it's LED or not. I know it works, so I'm good with it. Got some books at the library. We had a library book sale. A library book sale. My local library just has book sales every now and then. So we went over there. Hardcovers, $1. All soft covers, 50 cents. So I just got them. I may not even really mess with them. National Geographic. Good thick book. And this one's like brand new. And it's got some, I know, digital camera on the front, but look at that. The Ultimate Field Guide to Photography. 50 cents. I don't know what the original price was. Probably like 25, 30 bucks. 50 cents. You guys know, I mean, any information, you just keep filling your brain with different information. It just lasts forever. And this stuff it doesn't go bad. If it's true in 2007, when this book came out, it's true today as it relates to photography. You guys know that. You guys know that of anyone. For real, though. I got this, Self-Portrait Photography by Miss Natalie Dibbiz. I don't know who she is, but since I'm into self-portraits myself, there's Natalie's take on it. I just thought it was cool for 50 cents. There's the back. Maybe a little more geared towards the youngins that, you know, like to, you know, with the Grand Canyon behind them, you know, or a fake one. And then I got this for $1. John Hedgecoe's new book of photography. Now, John Hedgecoe, I had no idea who he was or is. Passed away in 2010. Was born, I think, in 1932. This is kind of his how-to and the way he did things. This is well worth $1 just to soak up any information. And it was signed by someone, not him. Dear Heather, I'm proud that you are going to pursue photography as a career. When you become rich and famous, remember me, Miss Elliott. See there? Signed. I got Miss Elliott's autograph. But this is a cool book for $1. I'd buy that for $1. Ooh. I obviously am not going to go through all. This is Lyle's job. If you guys haven't seen Lyle, The Quiet Pages, he's got a great YouTube channel where he takes books. Man, it's so relaxing. And he has the overhead camera and he just flips those pages. Such a cool channel. You really should check it out. So that was $2 for all those books. I did get a Photoshop book as well for 50 cents. CS4, because I bought an old copy. Well, I bought a copy years ago of CS5. Yeah, I'd buy that for $1. Yeah, Matthew. Personal notes in books are very cool. I know. I'd love to know who those people are. This one didn't have any. You know what I like better than personal notes in these books? Is money and nothing. Hedgecoe was a professor at the Royal College of Art in London, I think. Yes, I think you're right. I thought I read that somewhere, Jeffrey. Thank you for that. I love old photography books, especially darkroom book or darkroom formula and techniques. Yes, Super Cindy, I have a couple really good ones. There's the Film Developing Cookbook right there. And then I have another cookbook, the Darkroom Cookbook. Can you see that? Oh, I love those kind of books. Avante! Did you see the eclipse yesterday? No, I did not. That wasn't the red thing, right? What was the eclipse? I didn't know there was an eclipse. You got tons of footage. And thank you for being here. No, I did not see it. Where was it most prevalent? Was that the full eclipse? I was not aware of that. I like that music, 50 cents. Jeffrey, I'm confused. Oh, 50 cents. Steal, 50 cents. It was a steal. Five Below, $10 for disposable. with 10 exposures. Get nostalgic with disposable camera and flash. Take aesthetic for this because Angus, that's so funny you say that. I bought one of those little cameras at Five Below. It was $5.55. But it didn't come with a film, so like I had to buy a roll of film. $5, that's good. So I had to buy a roll of film, and I did, or it may have had film in it, I don't remember. This has been about a year. And I thought, that would be fun just to show people how cool it is. You can use these little $5 cameras. I think I was able to get off one shot with it, maybe two, before that little plastic geared crank, film advance thing. Just, it sounded like it was ripping the film and grinding, and I ended up throwing it away. I didn't do anything with it. Threw the film away, everything. I was so disappointed, discouraged, and disappointed. You can set up. I did shoot one roll. I haven't developed it yet. In fact, it's still in the camera. I talked about it on my members live stream. I took a Super 16 camera, a Super 8 camera, and two 35mm cameras to Indiana on our 10-day vacation. I ended up shooting one roll of film. One roll of film. Vision 3 200T. Exposed. I haven't processed it yet. So disappointed in myself. I tried shooting Barry. Barry sent me a roll of film. It's prepaid, FPP. It was really cool. We had everything was set. It was at dusk, and I could not get my K3 to function properly. I think I burned up and wasted 10 feet of that film. I feel so bad. So I'm putting it in my Aeroflex. I'm trying to get my oldest daughter to write a monologue. If she wants to do a monologue or something, I think it would be kind of fun. But that's the plan for that. I got to get it done. And by the way, Barry, I checked. It's May, not March, that has to be in, thankfully. Sorry, I missed some stuff. I just repaired an old original Commodore joystick today. I have to test it works better than when it was new. That's so funny you mentioned that. I've repaired several of the Nintendo 64 ones. Is that what they are? Yeah, Nintendo 64. And you're right. They end up working better than new, or well, way better than they did before I fixed them. That's good stuff, Commodore 64, or Commodore rather. Books, various countries published in the 1980s. Aren't those awesome, Angus? America got a 90% one, and UK got 40. Was that recently though? Next year UK gets 101 in August 26th. Or was that wasn't that Red Moon thing, was it? My wife was telling me about that. But honey, did you know about an eclipse? Nicole. I think she fell asleep out there. Don't be disappointed in yourself. That's what you have us for. Yeah. See the grandkids. If I take 10 plus cameras and film and end up shooting only a few, I'm always doing other things with my family. Oh, Katie says we had 100 at my house in Texas last year. It was awesome. You will love it. 100%. Yeah, I did take photos of one we had. It was a few years ago, a total eclipse. It was crazy. I had the glasses over my camera lens. Hey, there's Christian. Got a few moments, Michael. I heard Aeroflex. Are you planning your 16mm film project? That'd be awesome. I am planning to shoot some FPP 400 speed film in my Aeroflex and have them develop it and scan it soon. Good to have you, Christian. AV Geeks uploaded a film called Leisure Time Photography from 1980. I'll have to check that out. Red Moon, lunar eclipse, I think. Yeah, lunar. The lunar eclipse. We did have one of those recently. Saw the solar eclipse here in Sweden yesterday. Okay, so it was yesterday. I did not see it. Caught that one. The red moon, yes, we had not long ago. Picture time, yes. Oh my God, we are 55 minutes in. We'll get to the dad jokes later. I want to show you guys what people made. Let's get to the photos, guys. This is medium format. Medium format photo time. What we have up to bat first, and Mike, remind us, Mike, I'm going to do yours. They're just lined up in random order. I don't remember what camera you used. I know you told me. But we have Jeffrey Feingold, who is here in the chat. Jeffrey shot a roll of 120 film, Tri-X, expired in 1987, 6 of 87. We've already seen a lot of that. Bronica SQ, perfect. Thank you, Mike. I'm going to make a note of that just so I know that you told me that. Now I remember. So Jeffrey Feingold processed it himself, Rodinal 1 to 25. Added some sepia tone and vignetting to sort of match the era of the art that he was capturing, which I thought was pretty brilliant. So we are going to see there's 6 photos from Jeffrey, shot in his 1950s era Zeiss Super Iconta. And I'll tell you what he told me about these subjects when it's done. Are you, Jeffrey, you're here, right? Jeffrey Feingold, I saw you not long ago. He is here. I know he's here. So we're going to get started. Let's turn off the lights. Here's the 6 photos from Jeffrey Feingold. Really, really cool. Very freaking cool, Jeffrey. Yeah, Victorian era. So here's what Jeffrey told me, and he can back it up. So the houses predate photography altogether. When photography began, when was it? 18, I don't know the first photograph I remember, but remember the guy shining shoes, 18 something. So those houses all predate that. The church, this is amazing. The church from the 1400s. Time machine. That church is was built in the 1400s. I mean, how many of you guys? I know we got some old folks here. How many of you guys remember what was going on in the 1400s? No. 1400s. We were talking the other day. How many people are going to be able to say they saw the turn? What is it? The turn of a century. Is it century? No. The 1,000-year turn. What's the 1,000-year one? Millennium. How many can say they saw is it the millennium? The turn of a millennium from the 1900s to the 2000s. Remember, yeah, the millennium. It's going to be another 1,000 years before that generation gets to see 2999 to 3000. So not very many people get to see the turn of a millennium. Raise your hand if you were one of them. Yep. It's pretty cool. I mean, it'll all be forgotten when I'm gone, but that's okay. Feingold, loan me your TARDIS. We have time machine. I don't know where he went. Jeffrey's here. Yes, Ben. Hello. We all, yeah, we saw the turn of the millennium. That's a pretty big deal. I mean, those folks that were here in 999 likely got to see the year 1000. I mean, unless they were already 112 years old. Angus, you're with us. So anyway, that's good. That was just a fun little bit aside. Fantastic job, Jeffrey Feingold. I am more than pleased at what you delivered. Fantastic. I was having lunch at 1400 today. It was disappointing so far, Christian. Yes, I remember as if it were yesterday, but was 25 years ago. Wow. I'd like to see these pictures go. Ghost sepia. Without sepia, yeah. I have 3 kids born after 2000. I have 2 that were born after 2000, so they didn't get to see it. Na 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 na. Technically, the end was end of 2000. Just saying. Wait, did I say that right? Oh, it was? wait, it wasn't it wasn't December 31st, 1999, right? And then January 1st of 2000. I'm talking about the physical date. Wouldn't January 1st of 2000 be the new millennium? End of a millennium. It was the end of 2000. Yeah, okay. You know what? That's one of those mathematical imperfections that I'll never understand. Plagues, witches, and the yeah. All right, here we go, kids. Let's take a peek. 2000th year was last. 100th year, no big. Okay, you are so confusing me, Mike. 2001 was the start of the millennium. Imagine the cost of film in 3000. Yeah, you're right, probably, Eric. I don't know. I'm so confused now. You're right. So, yeah, but that's if you're going by the what they call the 21st centuries and whatnot. Yes, that's correct. I'm talking about just the numbers themselves. Year one, not zero. Right. I get it. I understand that. You're right. The 2000s started with the year 2000. Sure, and they're 135 years old. I know, Jack. That's crazy. That Bentley will still be working in the year 2000. Still working now. All right, so let's see what Mike. So unlike camera fans to be pandemic. All right, so here it is. We have good old Flying O. Good old Flying O. I did the very best that I could. I processed this film myself. Mike sent it to me. And I scanned it. You know, I do the best I can on my flatbed Epson V600 with all of that. Mike's film is 220 film, expired 12 of 1986. 22 photos. He does have a light leak. We talked about that already. You'll see that. He shot them in Kansas with his Bronica SQ. You ready? Let's get the lights. And then we're going to, Jeffrey, I see your comment. We're going to get right back to you in 1 second, but we have got to show Mike. Come on, let's get the lights. There they are. Wow. These look fantastic, Mike. 22 photos. That's 220 for you. Really well done, Mike. And you know what? I think the light leak added a little flair. I know it's never intentional. Well, I shouldn't say never. It's usually not intentional, but I really think it added a touch of flair in a lot of those photos. Really added some interesting, yeah, better than you expected. I will get those out to you, the negatives, and I'll send you the photos too. That's one thing I forgot to mention, you guys. If I have your photos and you don't, and you want them, and this goes for you, Matthew, as well. I know you're sending yours to me to develop, and I will always send your negatives back. And remind me though, I sometimes forget to send you the actual digital photos because you don't really want to download them from a live stream. So, Mike, when I send your film back, I'll send you a folder of Google Drive, your actual photos. Jeffrey, everybody's photos to me are so unique. Mike did a really good job with his. Mike knows what he's doing. He did a good job with his Triax Super 8 too, but we all know how subjective this whole process is. So I'm going with, oh, it's here. What am I thinking? Yes, Matthew, I picked it up yesterday. Duh. Yes, I got a few packages in the mail yesterday. Your film is here. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, Mike, really good job. My favorite one is the sculpture. Is it the Indian? But from afar. The one from way back with the birds in the sky. Man, beautiful. Yes, Matthew, I will have yours hopefully done and ready for next week. We need Russell, we need Rich, and we need Entity. Like I say, I haven't seen Entity around for a while. I hope he's okay. Keeper of the Plain statue. Yes, I think you told me that, didn't you? What a beautiful statue. Sky has so many shades of gray. Even the imperfections in the film in the last few photos, and I don't know what order he shot those in. I process and then sort of cut and scan and, trim them. I don't know what the order was, but I'm assuming that was either in the front or the back of the roll that had the mold spots or whatever the spots were. I think that added a lot of character, especially to a black and white film. It probably wouldn't look right with color, but with an old black and white film, yeah, I don't know. That really looked cool. Really looked cool. They're so unique, Sprocket. That's right. Film is such an amazing medium. It's just not something that's easily replicated. I mean, you can pretend with a digital photo, and let's not kid ourselves. We all kind of like digital, but you could pretend and put in your own imperfections in digital, but you're doing that knowing where you're doing it. Film does it for you. You don't know where it's going to do it, and you live with what it does and enjoy with what it does. So fantastic job to both Jeffrey and Mike. I'm more than ecstatic at how both of your films turned out. Totally, completely different. And that's the beauty of this project. We've shown I think 14 rolls or 13 or 14 rolls so far. And there isn't any two rolls that have any similarities other than their black and white film. And that's the amazing part of this. Stored, who knows how, capture the images. I know, Angus, it's crazy. And thank you, Gordon Webster, once again, for donating all of this fabulous film. We're getting close to the hour and 10-minute mark, but I do want to show you guys a film. I want to show you a film, and then we're going to cut one open. We're on this one. If you remember right, let me refresh your memory very quick. This was the film we showed 3 weeks ago that I opened live the previous week to the Brewer family, and it was Paris. You remember the Eiffel Tower and whatnot? Well, we've moved on to this one. We opened this one live on our last stream, and sadly, the Brewer family never got to watch this film. So if you know the Brewer family, David Brewer, who may not be around anymore, from Huntington, Indiana, let them know that we should not be the only ones enjoying the fruits of their film labor. It is sad, Radios, very sad. No bad film in the world. No, there's not. I guess the only bad film would be a film that you shoot that comes out completely black and you can see no images. So I didn't develop it. This was already processed, but I did scan it. Never been touched by a projector. There was a good bit of great scan of it too. Yeah, there was still some dust and whatnot. It gets on it, even in the box, sealed. It's a little overexposed. The highlights are a little blown out in it. There's going to be no doubt what it is, and I really wish the family could see it. Without further ado, oh yeah, I got you, Mike. No, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And by the way, Mike, I didn't mention one of the very last photo of yours. When I was processing your film, when I process medium format, I always put a little clip at the end. So when I load it into my Patterson reel, it glides in easily rather than having perfectly square edges, and it catches. It's easier to load if I clip them at a 45 on the edges. I didn't realize your first photo or last photo was so close to the end of the roll that it did clip a little bit, a very, very little bit at the end. Let me show you. It's really not a big deal, but how can I get to the end of the roll? Sorry, guys. I thought that I would, just be able to forward through this, but here we go. I'm going to just, these are Mike's photos again really quick, right before we show this film. I want to show you, Mike, what I'm talking about. I think it's the right there, the top right corner. Nicely, blends in nicely with the tree, but see the top right corner. I actually cropped it in a little bit more than it should have been. Didn't really make a big deal. So that's the 45. I know Jeffries did not come out, but it could have been the camera. That's okay. That's all right. You're going to be involved in the next project too. Metal praying mantis sculpture. I love that metal, that praying mantis. Praying mantises are so cool. They got the little heads that look at you. Didn't notice. Good. I did my job. Well, you'll notice when you get the negatives. They're. Did you contact his kids as best we figured out? I have not yet. No, we'll get through the films first, Angus. Brewers, please respond. All right, so without further ado, here's what they, thank you, Mike, I appreciate it. Here's what the Brewers missed out on. Let's cut the lights. Yes, check it out. How many of you can identify that right there, right now? I had to look it up. Yeah, radios, that's really cool. Some of the architecture is amazing. Yes, Angus, you are right. Florence. Well, I should say Florence is where that statue is. Viva Italia. Oh, you were in both in 1976. I have never been. I would love to be. Very much so, Mike. I'm with you on that. This is something the family should see. Carabinieri? Carabinieri. I know. Here it is. Venetian Hotel, Las Vegas. I mean, this was someone's vacation that they didn't get to see. Yeah, Angus, the film was sent back to the family in 1971, so I would venture to say it was right around then This was July 23rd, 1971 that it's postmarked. Yes, Lyndon, very well. St. Mark's Square. It's an absolute travesty that the family doesn't get to see that. It is Kodachrome, definitely, but you're right. It also may have something to do with with the scan. I didn't really add to the saturation, which I do sometimes. You're in the 80s. It looks exactly like you remember it. I have never been, but man, I would love to go to Europe at some point. I do wish we knew what camera it was. So good. At least you got them. Yeah, not tossed out in the trash. And I think, thanks, Manny. And I think what a lot of people do is a lot of people would buy these up. And I see it. You see it on eBay. You see a full lot of old film reels, like Super 8 or 8mm film reels that are empty. So either that family pulled all the film off their film reels after they had it transferred to VHS, or they bought them or got them at a garage sale or something, pulled all of some other family's films, and then are selling the reels for the profit. What a shame. What a shame. Yeah, the Bentley. Woohoo! Can you guys hear that? Sorry about my granddad riding the turtle and all. We can't hold his liquor. That is the Fountain of Bacchus, or Bacchus, Bacchus. And that is in Florence, Italy. That was sculpted in 1560. I had no clue. I had to search for that. The Fountain of Bacchus, sculpted in 1560. Those Bentleys. Sorry about my granddad. We are hopefully going to have Matthew's medium format film to show next week. And we are definitely going to watch one of these two films. These are completely unopened from the Brewer family. And we're going to watch one or the other. This is film 1. This is film 2. 1, 2. I'm going to go get an X-Acto blade to cut one open, but you pick. Your church is older, I know, Jeffrey. Film 1 or film 2? Let me know. All right, we're back. We are back. So what's the consensus? 3. Thanks, Gorilla. 42. Ew! 24. All right. Has everybody got their little votes in? All right, we're going to go down the line. The 2s are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eric Matheson is 5. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Sprocket is 9. Let's look at the 1s. I think the 2s have it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So it's 2. So we are to open. You know, I'm kind of glad because this one's got a little more funk on the front. So maybe this one just stays nice for a while. We're going to open this one. This is so disheartening. The family should be doing this. But they're in my hands now. And I'm not going to let them go to waste. Take a peek. Let's make sure it's film. Make sure there's something on it. You are the Indiana Jones of old film movies. I just love this stuff. I honestly just wish, I wish the original people could see them. There it is. Kodachrome. And it's got the little handle rubber band on it that they always put on there. We are their family now. You're right, Dave. We are the family. Airtime. It would be amazing if you find the family and save the last unopened one for them to see. That would be amazing. Because somebody had mentioned that, maybe several of you, that maybe, or maybe it was Mike, that maybe we should keep one sealed do our best to try to find the family, and then, I don't know, go from there. We'll see. I may keep this one sealed. I don't know yet, though. So here it is. We're going to verify that it has or has not images. Yes. Yes, it has images. Get your guesses in on what you think it is. I mean, we're kind of seeing a pattern. We're kind of seeing a pattern so far. Oh, you want to see it, Gorilla? Yeah, I'm probably going to end up being too curious. I mean, it's nice and all to think that we'll just save it for the family, but you know, in all honesty, the family will say, "Can you scan it for me?" And I would. My guess is a European vacation. Let's see. I'm making my little mark here. I have these codes that I put on certain films. London, Stag Films. Stag Film? Deers? Rome, the Colosseum. Ooh. I will say this, there was when I checked to make sure there was images, there was a building and it looked very architectural. I don't know what it was, because of the tiny little image, but there definitely was architecture of some sort. Locate the relatives. Wait, Mike was saying something. These days, we could probably locate the relatives. It won't be easy, but not impossible. Yes, Mike, you are right. In fact, Angus and I were kind of working a little bit on that. Rome, the Colosseum. I might be, Katie. People seem more content in sharing each other's silly videos on their phone. Yeah, I know. What you got to do is you got to find somebody that's past that. I mean, that's a phase. You got to go through that phase, you know. So you got to find like a son or daughter or mom or dad or grandkid that's, you know, my age, that's not, you know, pranking people for views. View it on my $5 light box. Yeah. Look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament. I can't get left. I can't get left. Gorilla. You got me with that one. I love those movies. Maybe they were like, let's remember the vacation in our memory and never watch those movies because memories are like wine and get better with time. Yeah, but they ended up at a garage sale or on eBay. Woo. Mike and I did track down who we think shot them. His obit was in. That's right. Obituary 2021. Thank you for that reminder, Angus. I thought we found them. There's a David Brewer, Google search, who died in 2020. Yeah, I think that's him. This is David Brewer. Anthony, yes. I know that Bacchus is another name of our ancient Greek god of viticulture and wine, the Dionysus. I did not know that. Jim, thank you. Well, that is the fountain of Bacchus. I mean, maybe he's a Greek god. I mean, good looking fella on a turtle. Let's do the cameraman. I think that's who it was for sure, Anthony. Yes, I believe that he passed away in 2021, which would make sense. They hold on to the films for a while, maybe send them in, get them processed after going through a lot of his things. Or not processed, but rescanned. And then they figure, well, we got to get rid of Dad's stuff, and never realize maybe he just got a whole bunch of films. These may have come with a bunch of films. He threw them in the box. We're going to watch them on family night, you know, in the 70s. Thought he watched them all, but I don't know, you know. So we're going to end the stream with this. Cover your ears. first sight, it reminded me of our current president. This? Oh boy. Yippee! I hope the turtle. Oh, you mean the statue, Mike? Hope the turtle didn't have barnacles. Ouch. Oh, you need a dad joke. Yeah, I got you, Mike. Super 8 chainsaw. That is a chainsaw. Let me see. If a bird becomes an insult comic, then make it a mockingbird. Oh, one quick question. How do astronauts pass the time? They play Monopoly. I'll spare you anymore. Yes, ouch. Monopoly. It says dad jokes. So it's right on par with dad jokes. Guys, I really appreciate the weekly fun. Yes, thank you, Mike. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, members. We are going to do a members only live stream every month from now on. That was too much fun. Piper is at her friend's house. She is at her friend's house. She had a friend spend the night the last 2 nights, and then we were taking her friend home. My wife was taking her friend home with Piper, and they said, well, can she hang out for a little while? They just didn't get enough of each other. My oldest daughter is at a school function, and my wife, I think, fell asleep on the chair because we had a 9-year-old over at our house all weekend. Thank you, guys. Very, very fun. I look forward to these every week. I'm glad to be back in the swing. We will probably not be live streaming on Easter. That is April 20th. We have to go to my stepmother's house. We're having a family. We're just going to have dinner. Or the kids, Piper wants to look for eggs. So that's not till the 20th, but we will get more into that later. As far as I know, there's no holdups for at least the next couple weeks. Next couple weeks are going to be the 6th and the 13th. Egg hunt. So I'm hoping to see everybody next week. Egg hunt with the... Oh, I might do the egg hunt with the Bentley. That's good thinking, Jeffrey. Egg hunt with the Bentley. Thank you guys so much, all of you. I wouldn't do these streams without you. I promise you. You are the reason that I do them. You are the reason that I exist. Love you guys like family. As always, I will see all of you next Sunday. Barring any catastrophes. And I don't know what video is coming out next. I got a Blue U 6008 versus the Canon 1014 XLS that I've been working on. I got the films actually shot. I haven't shot the video yet, though, so that's coming. Love you guys. I will see all of you next Sunday. Hopefully you can make it. Clear your calendars. We'll see you next Sunday. Peace.